hopefully this really is this really is happening. Don't know if you can hear me. Quite possibly not. Oh no, that's all right. The microphone is working. I thought maybe it wasn't working. So it is Friday, the 4th of October, and I've had a go at the uh, Jersey Evening Post cryptic crossword, which is not a very difficult crossword, but I find it quite difficult because I am relatively new to doing cryptic crosswords. And yesterday, somebody popped into the chat and asked about one of the clues and said, was it a double definition? And I suddenly discovered, oh, different kinds of clues have different sorts of names. I sort of know about anagrams, but I didn't realise that there were proper names for all the different kinds of clues. So I had some fun today reading all about that. I am quite quiet. I'm sorry about that. There's nothing much I can do. Hopefully, I can be vaguely heard, which is the best way to hear me. So as I go through the clues, I will be thinking to myself, this is such and such a clue, or this is an anagram, or this is a reversal, or this is a charade, or a double definition. And if it occurs to me, I will try and explain those as I go along. I don't think I did this in any particular order. I just tried to get some answers right and then went from there. So 4 across, 1 who identifies and records blemishes. I thought this was probably a spotter. I've yet to submit this to the website, so I don't know if I've got the answers right, but I have at least filled in all the spaces. It took me about 24 minutes in one sitting, and I was quite pleased with myself because, well, I'm often pleased with myself, but I was quite pleased with myself because some of it I found quite hard, but I stuck at it and I thought about all the different ways that clues work, and I eventually found a solution. 5 down, set sail to get another US teapot. It's an anagram of US teapot, which is put to sea. I've just suddenly realised that teapot is here, and 6 down is beverage maker has to get back holding a degree, and I thought it was teapot, which it's unlikely to be given that teapot's already been there, and in that clue, teapot was one word, not 3-3. Eventually, I realised that it wasn't teapot, it was tea bag. And what we've got here is we've got get, the word get, G-E-T, going backwards and holding a degree, a BA, Bachelor of Arts. You could have had an MA, Master of Arts. So I spent a little bit of time being annoyed by that, and then eventually realised what was going on. 7 down, lie say without difficulty, is an anagram of lie say, but there's no indicator that it's an anagram. But maybe they just regard it as being so obvious that lie say is an anagram of easily, meaning without difficulty, that they didn't feel it was necessary to throw that into the mix. 9 across, composer backing the arts on American ship. Well, there's a couple of things here. We've got arts backwards, and we've got an American ship. An American ship would be USS, and arts backwards would leave you with Strauss. Quite a nice clue. Likewise, 11 across, in speech, indicated, none attended mass meeting. I immediately thought, right, none is going to be an O, and a mass meeting is a rally. And I mean, it sort of cries out to you that it's orally, just from the spaces, if nothing else, meaning obviously in speech. Let's have a little go at 1 down. A long stride taken to be sitting side saddle. So I was a bit annoyed with this, and I'll tell you why. A long step. The answer is astride. A long step is a stride, taken to be sitting side saddle. I haven't looked this up, but I would imagine that a side saddle, both of your legs are over to one side. I don't feel like you are astride if you're side saddle. Whereas if you're sitting on a horse normally, then you are astride it. But there's no point arguing with it. It's obviously the right answer. astute, mouse-like mammal followed by dunderhead. Well, dunderhead is going to be the letter D because that's the head of dunderhead. So it's going to be followed by D. And then what we need is a mouse-like mammal. And a shrew is a mouse-like mammal making shrewd or astute. That's quite a nice clue. Turn across, always back about 6 to get renewed vigour. Always back is ever back. About 6. 6 will be VI, as in the Roman numerals for 6. So you end up with revive because it's EVER backwards around VI6. And it means, to renew vigour. What have we got for 12 across? Make a chance decision to be a prolific draftsman. So I had a long thought. A prolific draftsman is someone who's going to create a lot of artwork of one sort or another. In other words, they're going to do lots of drawing. Or maybe you could say they're going to draw lots. Draw lots. Make a chance decision. Draw lots to be a prolific draftsman. So you're drawing lots. 2 down. Unimportant test includes 4. We've got another one of these Roman numerals. So it's going to have IV in it for 4. And a test would be a trial. And if you put a test trial around IV, you end up with trivial, meaning unimportant. And 3 down, another Roman numeral. They got very excited about it. 50 wives turn on a spin. Well, if you turn wives around, spin the letters around in wives, and stick an L, which is the Roman numeral for 50, on the end, you end up with swivel. Where did I go next? Who knows? Stole cab, but it proved to be a hindrance. Immediately I thought, there's 8 letters in stole cab. It's going to be an anagram of stole cab, and a hindrance would be an obstacle. 18 across. Eliminate philatelic, easy for you to say, philatelic issue now on sale. Now on sale means it's out. Philately is the collection of stamps, and if you eliminate something out, you stamp it out. Good. Let's try 10 down. 10, sorry, not 10 down at all, I can't see. 19 down. 1,000 were sick and got posted. Okay, this is a charade clue. 1,000 is going to be M. Were sick is ailed, and then got posted, mailed, is the definition. So that's the charade clue, where you get 2 bits that give you, possibly more than 2, I suppose, that give you chunks of the answer, and then a definition. And the definition is always either at the beginning or at the end, apparently, in a real charade clue. I think I read that somewhere. Let's have a little look at 14 down. How the composer got a lot of money. Well, I got this actually only once I'd put some other letters in, and I could see that it was something to do with coining money. And somebody who creates a phrase, they might coin a phrase, so you might call them a coiner. And so they got it by coining it. You're coining in. Oh, I've missed a few letters there. You're coining it in, and you're a composer because you're someone who has coined a phrase. I think. I'm not really very happy with it, but it fits. He instigates race movements. Yeah, okay, this is just a cryptic definition. So who causes a race to start? Well, they're the starter. So it's just a self-contained clue. I don't think there's anything more to it than that. He instigates race movements. Um, that is a single definition, and it's a cryptic definition. 21 across. He can't lose. I went for winner, um, which seems reasonable. A spirited performance is a séance. Again, these are cryptic definitions. They are just single definitions. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any duplicity in a spirited performance. You might argue that a séance is a performance, depending on your belief system. And obviously it involves spirits in that sort of spiritual sense. 20 across, not completely acting. So that's not completely is in part, and if you are acting, you are playing a part, so you're in that part. 22 across, cast a spell to prove eligibility for coven. Coven obviously makes you think of witch, and cast a spell is bewitch. So if you bewitch, then you be allowed to be in the coven. We're nearly there. 16 down. Remove MP. Auntie's not got one, unfortunately, is unseat, which is an anagram of aunties without the I, and it means to remove an MP. I think I got unseat first and then worked out how it fitted the clue, which is quite often the case. 17 down. On the receiving end, thanks to Sovereign. Okay, so this is another charade clue. It means on the receiving end, and it's thanks combined with sovereign. So another way of saying thanks is to say tar, and the sovereign is the king. So you go tar king or taking, which leaves 24 across. Astonish with alternating arrangement is this would be a double definition because this is stagger. So to stagger is to astonish, and alternating arrangement is a staggered arrangement. Now then, something there is not right. So let's find out what's not right. Let's do check answers. Oh, there's masses wrong. Oh, there's masses wrong. My goodness gracious me. Oh yes, well that's unseat, which I knew. And coining is completely wrong, and so is winner. Oh, that's very interesting. Well, that means I have failed to do the crossword today, and I'm going to have a little think about it. Let's clear all of that. I was really quite. I thought, oh yes, definitely right. I wasn't happy with winner. He can't lose. Oh no, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. How embarrassing. And there's no one in the chat to give me the answers, which is very disappointing. So I'm going to have to stop here and have a little think about it. Oh dear.